and we'll have some free throw opportunities here upcoming.
The way the second half has played out is the way I think most of the game played out when these two played each other in Columbus last month.
The free throw is up and good by Hannah White. And she will shoot the second one. The Falcons now have 50 points in the game.
18 of those from Hannah White.
Second free throw is up and good. And the Falcons have again built on their lead. South Panola shoots a three-pointer, top of the key. It's no good. Hannah White with rebound. The Lady Falcons in transition. Jackson outlet pass to Snell, who is able to hit the layup, streaking to the basket. And the lead is built back out now to 24. And it appears that Columbus has survived the run by South Panola.
Yeah. Lady Tigers now look a little gassed, and Lady Falcons are ready to put the icing on the cake here in this one.
Yeah, the last two shots I don't think were designed play calls.
No. That's a... you got to give the Lady Tigers credit, though. They came out with a much better game plan in the third quarter. Their effort was fantastic in the third and now the fourth quarters, but like you said, Scott, they simply fell into too big of a hole too early. Lady Falcons simply too good, and they are well on their way to coming on the road and picking up a big-time win in convincing fashion over South Panola right now on top, 53-29.
So the Lady Falcons, after the turnover, will play the basketball. And this time we have a tie-up at the top of the key. And the possession era will keep it with Columbus.
Both teams really aggressive here in this fourth quarter. No one letting up despite the lopsided score.
Columbus this time drives it to the lane. Hannah White gets the basket.
So White once again goes over 20 points, and now a turnover in the backcourt. Nice pressure defense from Snell, and she causes Ware to turn it over.
Columbus this time drives all the way to the basket. We'll have a travel call on Snell.
Yeah, Snell got a bit ahead of herself there.
South Panola will play it. Clock moves inside 3 minutes now. 7-17, not bad.
Not bad at all.
Not bad. South Panola, top of the key to the right side. Shot on its way, three-pointer is good. And South Panola's Sadria Joy with the three-point shot.
A quick release on that one, too. Kind of took me by surprise. That's her first made shot tonight.
South Panola has backed off a little bit on the pressure. They're now back into their zone. And the Lady Falcons are content to run a little bit of clock. Columbus has it top of the key, 2:06 clock running. And this time the pass is intercepted by South Panola. Just a lazy pass. And going all the way in for the Lady Tigers was Isaiah McGee. And she's whistled, and foul is called against her by Snell, and that will send her to the line with 1:59 to go in the ball game.
First foul called on Snell tonight.
Full timeout called by Columbus.
So we'll take it with them, 55-32. Lady Falcons on top of South Panola. Scott and I return after this 30-second second half break. This is Columbus basketball on 91.1 WMSV.
Hi, I'm Danica Patrick. Watching my nieces grow, play, and learn is amazing, but not every child gets to be carefree. 1 in 6 kids in the U.S. are hungry. This breaks my heart, and it's something that Feeding America is working to change. Each year, the Feeding America network of food banks rescues billions of pounds of good food that would have gone to waste and gives it to families in need. To help, visit feedingamerica.org.
Brought to you by Feeding America and the Ad Council.
All righty, we are 1 minute and 59 seconds away from wrapping this one up. And the Columbus Lady Falcons have looked good tonight.
They really have, Scott. I was going to ask you, is this what you would call a statement victory?
I believe I would call it a statement week. I thought they looked like this Tuesday night. I thought they were energized. I thought they were focused. I thought they came ready to play Tuesday night, and it has carried over to tonight. And I certainly, if Panola did not have Columbus's attention beforehand, beating them the way they did in Columbus certainly got their attention.
And you could very well see a rematch in the district tournament in a couple of weeks, which will be played right here in Batesville.
Both free throws are no good. And Columbus has the rebound, and again, we have a tied ball. We must have a quota we're trying to get to.
For real. That's, when in doubt, just call the jump ball. Arrow favors South Panola.
So South Panola will play it on the offensive end. And we have a whistle.
Yeah,
and a
traveling. Dragging of the pivot foot from Zaya McGee. 55-32, Lady Falcons in complete control. About 90 seconds left in this one.
Shot on its way by Hannah White, no good. Rebound is fought for, and hey, we're going to have a tie ball.
I'll tell you what, we're going to have a lot of bruises on both of these teams as another Falcon player goes to the court. That's Bree Smith. And she'll now come off the court. It's a little surprise. We still have so many starters in the game. That's about to change here, I think, in the next 30 seconds.
All righty, this particular jump ball goes to Columbus. So the Lady Falcons will play the possession. Hannah White has it. Top of the key. Ball is knocked loose, and South Panola has it. And the Lady Tigers get it into the front court. They drive to the basket. Off balance, 6-foot shot in the lane is no good. Rebound garnered this time by Columbus. Snell has it. Heavy pressure. Gives it off to DJ Jackson. And Columbus will get it into the front court.
1 minute remaining in this one. Lady Falcons easily on top, 23 points, 55-32.
So we'll see the Lady Tigers may not attempt another foul here. They may just let this one go.
Even the fans are saying don't foul.
Yes.
So
I agree with that guy. That guy has been good tonight with his advice.
He's been a nice volunteer coach for us.
Columbus drives inside the lane. The shot's on its way and no good. Putback is also no good. We have a foul, though. And getting to go to the free throw line for a pair of free throws will be Kiara Hughes.
Nice move by Hughes down low. For the life of me, can't figure out how that first shot she put up didn't fall down. Fouls on Sadria Joy. Only her first foul. First free throw good. 2 for 2.
2 for 2.
Nice job by Hughes.
So who are my double-figure scores tonight?
Double-figure scores, of course, Hannah White. You also have Renaya Harden with 10 points.
How many does Hannah have?
White has 21.
Okay.
21 for White, 10 for Harden, and those are your only double-figure scores for Columbus. For South Panola, you have Chloe Morgan with 11 to lead all scores for the Lady Tigers.
So the Columbus girls will move to 15-5, 4-1 in the region with a dominating performance tonight.
Final seconds will tick off. And Scott, nicely done. That is maybe the most complete, even though things got ragged in the third quarter, maybe the most complete performance when you factor in who the opponent is on the road that we've seen all year long from Coach Harrison's squad.
Exactly. The Columbus girls moved to 15-5, 4-1 in the region, and they avenged the loss from earlier in the season to South Panola and clinched the top seed in the region tournament, which will be here in 2 weeks.
Congrats to Coach Harrison and her team for doing just that, clinching that #1 seed and doing so in impressive fashion. 57-32, time for a between game break. So we'll take a between game break and then we'll come back in about 2 minutes and I'll take a look at the girls game by the numbers, and then we'll start to set the stage for the boys matchup, Columbus versus South Panola. Back after this between game break. This is Columbus basketball on 91.1 WMSV.
The purpose of the MSU Wireless Guest Network is to allow on-campus visitors internet access. Access to the MSU Guest Network is granted by entering the password of the day, which is valid until midnight. The wireless guest password may be obtained in person at the Barnes & Noble bookstore or from a sponsoring MSU employee.
I'm Little Teapot.
Here is my handle and here is my spout.
No, Dad, like this. When I get all steamed up, then I shout, tip me over and pour me out.
This is WWE superstar Roman Reigns. It only takes a moment to make a moment. Take time to be a dad today.
Visit fatherhood.gov, brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services and the Ad Council.
Meal plans aren't one size fits all. That's why MSU students can choose from 7 different options designed with your schedules and lifestyles in mind. MSU Dining offers 23 on-campus locations with hours ranging from 7 a.m. to midnight for flexibility around your schedule. And MSU faculty and staff have 2 meal plan options. Both are payroll deductible and never expire. You can check out your dining options at msstatedining.com. Feed the dog inside. Join us on 91.1 WMSV every weekend for our 91.1 countdown. Join our DJs as they walk you through for an hour this week's most popular songs right here on our station. Every Friday and Saturday, 10 p.m. on 91.1 and online at wmsv.msstate.edu. Your final score in the girls varsity game, Columbus clinches the #1 seed in the district playoffs. They have not yet clinched the outright championship. We'll see how it plays out over these, actually only one more game left in the regular season in district play as the Columbus Lady Falcons improve in district to 4-1. Only one more game left. If they win their final game, they will have clinched not just the #1 seed, but the outright district championship. But still, winning tonight emphatically over the Lady Tigers of South Panola, 57-32, a 25-point win. Columbus jumped on top early in the first quarter, pulled away in the second quarter, and then held on. South Panola made one push in the third quarter, but then they held on, did Columbus, and they brought that lead back out to over 20 points in the fourth quarter to win by 25, 57-32. So once again, your numbers on Columbus overall, 14-5, in district 4-1. They have clinched the #1 spot in the district tournament. If they win in their next ball game, their next district ball game on Tuesday, actually on Monday night, their next district game on Monday night against Oxford. If they do that, then they will have clinched the outright district championship. South Panola falls to 3-2 in district play. They are now 7-9 overall. It is senior night here at Batesville. So they are now in between the girls and boys varsity games. They're doing the senior night festivities where the seniors for both the girls and the boys teams will be honored here between ball games. So we'll have a longer than normal break between the girls and boys game as the seniors here at South Panola High School will be honored for both the girls and boys varsity teams. So once again, Columbus victorious. We'll take a look at the ball game by the numbers when we return after another between game break. This is Columbus basketball on 91.1 WMSV.
Anthony's Good Food Market of West Point, Mississippi, proud supporter of the Juke on WMSV, features some of the South's finest Cajun and Delta-inspired cuisine like barbecue shrimp, hand-cut blackened ribeyes, and gumbo. Plus, for live music fans, every Wednesday night, it's the Midweek Mojo, featuring musical performances from 7 until 10. Anthony's, established in 1936, is a brown bag establishment, so feel free to bring your own bottle of wine or spirits to enjoy with your meal. Anthony's Good Food Market, located at 116 Main Street in West Point, Mississippi. Reservations are recommended on weekends, 494-0316. Anthony's, now on Facebook and online. Anthony'sGoodFoodMarket.com.
Hi, this is Josh Groban. My favorite thing about music is its ability to inspire and nourish the soul. That's why I'm proud to work with Feeding America, an organization that inspires hope for families in need and helps nourish the 16 million kids in this country struggling with hunger. The Feeding America nationwide network of food banks gathers surplus food and helps get it to kids in need, but they can't do it alone. Find out how you can help at feedingamerica.org. Brought to you by Feeding America and the Ad Council.
Discovery. It tells our history and determines our future. At Mississippi State University, we're digging deep, unlocking an understanding of our past, validating it. Middle East exploration by faculty and students is uncovering evidence that unravels ancient mysteries. Scholars have long thought of the biblical kings David and Solomon as mythological figures. Our research offers evidence that supports their existence, boosting MSU into an international league of experts on archaeology. Now we're changing the way people think about the past, opening up new possibilities of understanding for future generations. Digging deeper, learning more.
Tune into Under the Needle, the KEXP sessions. Hi, everybody. I'm Troy Nelson. Join me this week for an exclusive, one-of-a-kind session with Argentinian musician Juana Molina. She'll play songs from the trippy new album, Halo. It's one-of-a-kind sessions from your favorite artists and from a few you're about to discover. From the studios of KEXP, it's Under the Needle.
Under the Needle comes your way Saturdays at 9:30 p.m. immediately following Music Makers Presents right here on 91.1 and online at wmsv.msstate.edu. We are between the girls and boys games here at South Panola High School. In the girls game, Lady Falcons of Columbus dominated from start to finish and knock off the only team in district to beat them earlier in the year, South Panola 57-32 to clinch the number one spot at the district tournament to be played 2 weeks from tonight right here at South Panola High School. Let's take a look at the girls game by the numbers, and then we'll get you set for the boys varsity game set to begin here in about 10 to 15 minutes. In the girls matchup, South Panola was led in scoring by Chloe Morgan. She scored 11 points. Also in the scoring column for the Lady Tigers with 6 points, Tyquira Victim. With 2 points, Zaya McGee. Sadria Joy had 3 points. Takira Webster scored 3 points. 1 point for Kanaya Ford. 4 points for Crystal Mays. So Morgan leads the way with 11 on her senior night. Fellow senior Victim scores 6. The sophomore McGee scores 2. The junior Joy scores 3. The sophomore Webster scores 3. The junior Ford scores 1. The freshman Mays scores 4. And that is the scoring rundown for South Panola. For the winning side, the Columbus Lady Falcons led in scoring again by Hannah White. The junior guards poured in 21 points tonight to lead all scores. Also in double figures with 10 points, the junior guard Bernia Harden. Harden with 10, White with 21. Also in the scoring column tonight for Columbus, Jabria Snell scored 5 points. You got 8 points from Bree Smith. You got 5 points from Durania Smith. You got 6 points from Anaya Sadler. So 5 for Snell, 10 for Harden, 3, check that, 8 for Bree Smith, 21 for White, 5 for Durania Smith, and 6 for Anaya Sadler. Columbus clinches the number 1 spot in the district playoffs. They can win the outright district regular season title with a victory Monday at Oxford. We're getting set now for the boys matchup. The South Panola Tigers and Columbus Falcons. Columbus picked up a big win over South Panola earlier in the season at Columbus, and they will look to continue their unbeaten district season as they are now out on the court going through warm-ups. Columbus comes in to the matchup, ranked 3rd in the state. Overall record of 17-6, perfect district mark of 4-0. South Panola comes in just 4-7 overall. They are winless so far in district play, 0-3. Scott Walters and I will take a closer look at the South Panola and Columbus matchup as we continue with between game coverage here at South Panola High School in Batesville, Mississippi. Time for our final between game break. We'll come back and get you set for the Falcons and the Tigers as Columbus basketball coverage continues here on 91.1 at WMSV.
Put that phone down. Maybe you weren't using your phone. Sorry. Good for you. If you were, shame on you. Every morning, hundreds of thousands of drivers hit the roads in Mississippi, including more than 2,000 MDOT highway workers who keep us safe. Let's work together to make sure everyone gets home safely. Drive smart, Mississippi. Find out how to drive smart at gomdot.com/drivesmartms.
This is Josh Duhamel, and we have a situation here. Our planet's endangered species are vanishing at an alarming rate. Connect the dots and you'll discover a fine line separates a buyer from a killer. In other words, if you travel abroad and buy an illegal wildlife product, you're paying for the life of an endangered animal. So please, don't do it. When the buying stops, the killing can too. For more information, visit wildaid.org.
Introducing Walmart Neighborhood Market, an easy new way to shop that's close to home. Come inside for a full grocery selection with fresh local produce, choice USDA meats, all at Walmart's everyday low prices. And it's not just groceries. Get free shipping with in-store pickup on over 1 million eligible items from Walmart.com. Walmart Neighborhood Market. Same low prices, fast, fresh, and easy shopping.
Now open at northeast of MSU and Highway 12 in Starkville.
Coming up on this week's book show, Nick Harkaway is the author of such novels as The Gone Away World and Tiger Man. His latest, No Man, is set in a near-future high-tech surveillance state that is equal parts dark comedy, detective story, and mind-bending philosophical puzzle. Nick Harkaway on this week's book show.
The Book Show on WMSV airs every Sunday morning as part of our Sunday Morning of Ideas, 7 to 9:30 a.m. on 91.1 WMSV. Welcome back to Batesville, Mississippi. Alongside Scott Walters, I'm Anthony Craven. Our coverage of Columbus High School basketball continues from South Panola High School. It is the next to last district game of the regular season for the Columbus Falcons, the boys and the girls. The girls have already picked up a big win tonight over South Panola to clinch the number 1 seed in the district tournament. They defeated the home-standing Lady Tigers 57-32. And now the stage is set for the boys matchup. Both teams are wrapping up their pregame warm-ups as we speak. The Falcons dressed in the road purple jerseys. Off to our right, South Panola in the home whites. Warming up off to our left, the head coach for the Tigers of South Panola is Charlie Howard. Coach Howard's been here for a long time. In his first year as the head coach of the Columbus Falcons is Anthony Carlisle. I mentioned before going to our last break, the Falcons are 4-0 in district play, 17-6 overall. South Panola is 0-3 in district, 4-7 overall. When these two teams played last, it was in Columbus about a month ago on January 5th, and it was a 63-45 win for Columbus, an 18-point advantage for the Columbus Falcons, as Scott Walters joins us now on the broadcast. And Scott, quickly, one last final thought on the big win for Coach Yvonne Hairston and the Lady Falcons. What does it mean to already have, with one game still left, to have locked up a number 1 seed for the district playoffs?
It's obviously big. Top 3 teams make the postseason, but you want to be the number 1, because if you can
them live when they played each other in Columbus a month ago. What do you expect tonight in a different venue?
Same thing with Columbus. It all starts on the defensive end, and they will try to make South Panola extremely uncomfortable. And we'll see if the Falcons can get a couple of players off going offensively early. Dedaijah Harris had 20 points in the win over Tupelo Tuesday night. Game before that, the leading offensive threat was Aaron Johnson. So it would be neat if the Falcons can continue to get that kind of balance, because same story there. In March, we know what Robert Wooder's going to bring to the table, and if Falcons can get 2 or 3 other players hot at the same time, they're going to be a handful and be one of the favorites to win 6A.
We'll take a look at the starters for both teams when we return after our last between-game break. So one more between-game break, and then we'll come back and get ready for tip-off between Columbus and South Panola in boys basketball action. This is Columbus basketball on 91.1 WMSV. The programming heard on WMSV 91.1 FM is brought to you in part through support from the Columbus Municipal School District. For information on the Columbus schools or for events happening at the schools, visit columbuscityschools.org. One team, one Columbus.
Welcome back to the Dog Show. Up next we have Satchmo. Satchmo is a member of the Shelter Pet Group.
That's right, a group known especially for their couch-snuggling, ball-chasing, face-licking, and of course companionship. Now let's see him in action.
Look how he makes eye contact with his person.
That's actually known as the treat stare.
How intuitive, and now he appears to be excitedly turning in circles.
The happy dance will come in with this group.
But really, the best way to know an amazing shelter pet like Satchmo is to meet one.
Visit theshelterpetproject.org.
Brought to you by Maddie's Fund, the Humane Society of the United States, and the Ad Council.
In a healthy body, wounds heal easily and naturally. But for people with chronic health conditions such as diabetes, heart disease, or cancer, or for those who are aging, wounds can be slow to heal and prone to infection. The Wound Healing and Hyperbaric Center at OCH Regional Medical Center specializes in treating difficult-to-heal wounds. Our specialists provide the latest treatments with a goal of healing wounds, preserving tissue, and preventing amputation. OCH Wound Healing Healing and Hyperbaric Center. The healing starts here.
Our guests this week on Art of the Song are Brett and Rennie Sparks, together known as the Handsome Family. The husband and wife duo experienced unexpected worldwide fame when their song Far From Any Road was picked for the Season 1 theme song for the HBO hit show True Detective.
This week on Art of the Song.
Join us for Art of the Song, a virtual coffee house for singers and songwriters every Sunday at noon here on WMSV 91.1 FM. We're getting set here in Batesville for the boys' game. Columbus on the road to take on South Panola. Alongside Scott Walters, I'm Anthony Craven. These two teams met back on January 5th in Columbus, and the Falcons won in convincing fashion by 18 points. Final score there was 63-45. We'll see who comes out in the starting lineup for each team as they're about ready to be introduced here to a pretty large crowd. A late arriving crowd, but a large crowd has gathered, especially behind us here. The home side is behind us. The visitor side is across from us. So a nice contingent of Columbus fans has made the 2-hour trek up I-55 and across 82. For Columbus, you'll have the usual starting five. You've got number 10, Casey Smith. Number 11, R.J. Deloach. Number 21, Aaron Johnson. Number 13, Denai J. Harris. And number 12, Robert Woodard. So Smith, Deloach, Woodard, Harris, and Johnson. That's your starting five for the Falcons, who are looking to continue to be undefeated in district play. And now we'll meet the starters for the Tigers of South Panola, who are looking for their first victory in district play. They have number 5, Carlton, in the lineup, a guard. They also have number 10 and number 13. That's Porter and Thomas. So Carlton, Porter, Thomas, Jackson, and Kathy. That is your starting five. So number 5, Carlton. Number 10, Porter. Number 13, Thomas. Number 22, Jackson. Number 34, Kathy. Your starting five for the Tigers of South Panola. In the jump circle for Columbus, Woodard. In the jump circle for South Panola, it'll be Kathy. And we are just about set to tip off here in Batesville. There's the tip, won by Columbus and controlled by the Falcons. The Falcons have Smith at point. He hands the ball off to Deloach, now right back to Smith. Extended man defense for the Tigers. Johnson drives in, will hand it off to Smith. 3 on the way, too short. Long rebound, ball goes out of bounds, last touched by the Tigers. The Falcons maintain possession. And they will inbound it, baseline, just to our left of the basket. Johnson into Woodard. Jump shot, too hard. Johnson, though, grabs the rebound. Put back no good. Tigers grab the rebound. Outlet to the other end of the court. 3 on the way, no good. 3 in transition, too short. Here come the Falcons. Smith leaves it for Johnson. His 3, too long. Long rebound, grabbed by the Tigers. They want to run all the way to the rim. Shot no good. Offensive putback, though, is good. And the Tigers draw first blood. They're on top 2-0. And early on, the Tigers want to push the tempo, it would appear. Harris into the paint, puts a layup off the glass and in. Nice move by Denijay Harris, and we're tied at 2, 1 minute in. South Panola will run their first offensive set of the ball game, facing this Falcon man defense. Top of the key, Kathy being guarded by Woodard. Will hand it off. And now the Tigers want to reset. Between the circles is Carlton, the point guard. He goes left side to Kathy. Kathy goes down low for Thomas. Thomas has nothing. Gives the ball back out for a reset to Carlton. Long offensive possession here, almost a minute long for South Panola. Game tied at 2. We're 2 minutes in. Baseline. The ball now being held by Porter. Porter back out. 3 on the way, missed badly. 3 attempt from Thomas. Long rebound goes to Columbus. Johnson drives in. His drive is cut off. He gives to Woodard, back out to Smith, and Smith will get instructions from the coaching staff. He drives, hands off to Johnson. Johnson in the paint, up and off the glass and in. A nice move over a double team, and the Falcons have their first lead at 4-2. 5.5 to go, first quarter. The Falcons have a decidedly significant height advantage in this matchup tonight. South Panola trying to score just their second bucket of this first quarter. They have it in the near side corner. Carlton will back it back out between the circles. Good defense so far this possession by the Falcons. Straight up man defense. Right side the pass goes to Porter. Porter leaves it, top of the key, 3 on the way, no good. Shot missed by South Panola. Woodard grabs the rebound. Down low, bounce pass to Harris, who misses the reverse layup. And here come the Tigers. 3 in transition, baseline, no good. Off the back iron. Rebound grabbed by Harris. Here comes Columbus. Smith to Woodard. Woodard trying to go down low to a cutting Aaron Johnson. Ball deflected out of bounds. Last touched by Panola. It'll be Columbus basketball. Johnson will inbound to Woodard. He's double teamed. Woodard goes up, misses the shot. The putback is missed by Harris. And the Tigers grab the defensive rebound. Carlton goes up the court quickly. Now we'll try to calm things down. Columbus 4, Panola 2. Halfway through the first quarter. Kathy goes right side to Carlton. He goes down low. Shot is blocked, out of bounds. Last touched by Columbus. Nice effort by DeLoach, who went diving out of bounds trying to save it, but touched the inline, so ball will be played in right by the Columbus bench by South Panola. Thomas plays it in. Looking for someone open down low. No one's there, so instead he goes out to Jackson. Jackson to Carlton. 3 on the way is good. A 3 and a deep one is good from Carlton, and the Tigers are on top 5-4.
Yeah, not normal to see a struggle by Columbus out of the gates. They've had some struggles in the second quarter of late, but they normally come out firing and score a lot of points early in the first quarter of games, but are unable to get the baskets to fall early there. But Aaron Johnson there with the putback on Robert Woodard's missed shot from the top of the key to give the Falcons a lead.
And now half-court trap defensively for Columbus, and it leads to a turnover. Harris has numbers. He goes to the rim and slams it through. Denijay Harris, and then the ball goes out of bounds. And I think we have an injured South Panola player. Denijay Harris went strong to the hole, and in transition slammed it through. And I believe in the process got an injured Tiger. So time is called momentarily. I can't tell who the injured player is. He's on the bench, and it appears as if he'll be okay eventually. Columbus on top 8-5 after Harris dunked over 2 Tiger defenders. 3 minutes to go. Now we have more whistles. We have timeout called by Coach Howard and South Panola. And we'll see if it'll be a 30 or a 60. It'll be a 30-second timeout. We'll keep things right here. An emphatic dunk from Harris, maybe to ignite the Falcons.
Yeah, that's the kind of play. They've got about 4 or 5 that can dunk with ease on this team. And sometimes that's the kind of spark you need on the road. It's hard to get emotionally fired up sometimes when you're on the road a couple hours from home. And at the same time, South Panola, they had their senior night festivities in between games. So a lot of friends, family, emotions. There was a lot of yelling in between games. I noticed in general.
An unusual amount of yelling. Apparently all in good fun.
Yes.
But still, lots of yelling.
Lots of yelling. And so South Panola, of course, coming out, final home game of the season, playing with a little bit of more energy, so to speak, here to start the game. We'll see if Columbus can survive the early attack there by the Tigers.
A new point guard on the court as Cole is out there for the first time for the Tigers. We almost had a turnover. Cole, though, maintains possession. 8-5, Falcons on top. 2.5 to go first quarter. Into the far side corner goes Thomas. Thomas now top of the key, being guarded by Johnson. Goes to Jackson. Jackson takes a 3, too long. Rebound is grabbed by Woodard. Woodard will take it himself across half court. He'll drive into the paint, leave it for Smith. Smith to Harris. Harris, mid-range jumper is good from the wing. Nicely done by Harris. And the Falcons have their biggest lead of the first half at 10-5. And now full court pressure. And now we have a travel right in front of us. Dragging the pivot foot was Thomas. And the full court pressure will force a turnover. The Falcons have it up by 5, under 2 to go first quarter. Aaron Johnson will inbound the basketball right in front of us. The inbound goes into the backcourt. That's where the point guard Smith will control things. He'll drive inside the arc to Harris. Harris back to Smith. He goes baseline. He's being blocked. And the foul will be whistled on South Panola. And I couldn't see 22. That's what I thought it was on. Jackson. So Jackson whistled for the foul. His first, team's first. Falcons inbound the basketball to Aaron Johnson. Free throw line jumper, no good. Off the right iron. Tigers have the rebound. Cole will take it, and he runs the point this possession. 10-5, Falcons on top. 90 seconds left in the first quarter. Cole picks up his dribble, almost travels, hands the ball to Thomas, right back to Cole. Cole being guarded by Deloach. Looking for someone down low. No one's open down low. Really good defense for Columbus. Cole drives to his right, hands it off to Thomas. Thomas down low, pass intercepted. Here comes Woodard. He'll leave it for Deloach. Out to Harris. His 3, no good. Offensive putback, no good. Johnson missed the layup. Here come the Tigers. 3 in transition, no good. Missed by Thomas. Long rebound goes to Woodard. He wants to run for the Falcons. No look pass to Johnson, who will miss another easy layup. Under a minute to go first quarter. Cole across the timeline. Has his pocket picked. Here comes Smith. Falcons running 3-on-1. Smith has his shot blocked. South Panola has numbers. Then they lose the basketball. Aaron Johnson knocks it away out of bounds. Last touched by Columbus. And the Tigers have ball possession right now. Defense making things very hectic on the court.
Anthony Carlisle told me the other day, their goal is to have 2 quarters per game where the other team has single-digit scoring. So he's not going to be real happy about some of the misses in the lane, but this is what they like to do defensively.
They've held the Tigers only 5 points in this first quarter. Cathy has it for the Tigers. He'll hand off to Jackson. Jackson, top of the key, right side to Kathy. Over into the corner to Cole. Cole now goes back out top of the key to Porter. Porter, left side to Thomas. Thomas to Cole. Cole to Kathy, and the clock will run out. Fantastic defense. The clock simply runs out, and the Tigers could not get a shot off. Columbus switched that time to a zone defense. It confused the Tigers. And Scott, you mentioned it, the Columbus coaching staff won't be happy with the offense, but they have to be thrilled after the first 8 minutes so far with the defense.
Certainly what they want to do on the defensive end. That's their calling card. They held Tupelo to 9 points in one quarter and 5 in another one Tuesday, able to have another 5-point quarter here in the first quarter tonight.
At the end of the first quarter, Columbus 10, South Panola 5. A defensive-minded first quarter as we get ready now for quarter number 2. In that first quarter, I don't believe Robert Woodard scored a point for the Falcons. I would imagine that will change here in quarter number 2. The buzzer sounds. Both teams now will come back out for the start of the second quarter.
Falcons looking to go to 5-0 in the region. Oxford now is not playing tonight. They're 4-1. And so Columbus and Oxford play each other Monday night in Oxford. So in theory, Oxford could still catch Columbus with a win Monday night. So the Falcons can't clinch the region tonight, but they can maintain their number 1 status for another weekend going into that game Monday in Oxford.
A de facto championship game for the regular season Monday night in Oxford. That ball game, by the way, on our airwaves on Monday night in Oxford. South Panola has the ball to begin the second quarter. 3 on the way. No good from Thomas. A fight for the rebound. Jump ball is called, and the possession arrow will point to the right. That means the ball will go over to Columbus after the jump ball. The Falcons will get Greg King onto the court for the first time tonight. He'll hand the ball off to Smith. Smith to Harris, to King on the weave. King loses the ball, regains possession, gives to Smith. His jumper's no good. Offensive rebound, though, is grabbed by Tyron Johnson, and he is being fouled as he comes down with the rebound. Nice job by Tyron Johnson. Foul whistled on Porter for South Panola. King will inbound the basketball for the Falcons, leading by 5. Just underway here in quarter number 2. Harris to Smith. 3 from the wing is good. Nice job by Harris. The drive and the kick back out for a 3. First points tonight for Smith. And the Falcons are on top 13-5. 7 minutes left in the first half. First made 3 tonight for the Falcons. South Panola looking for their first points in a while. They've got it in the hands of Kathy. Kathy loses the basketball. Stolen by Columbus. Smith to King. 3 in transition. No good. And defensive rebound grabbed by Thomas. He gives to Cole. Cole drives all the way to the paint, and he is called for a charge. Collided with Smith. That's Casey Smith who took the charge. Charging foul on Cole, the backup point guard. He comes up limping. We might see him come out of the game. Nope, he'll stay in there for the time being. Back onto the court for Columbus is Woodard. And off the court is Harris. King at the point guard spot. Hands the ball off to Smith. Smith thought about a 3, then thought better of it. And gives to Tyron Johnson, top of the key. Now back to Smith. 3 on the way, rims out, no good. Rebound, though, goes to King. Down low to Johnson, and Tyron Johnson lays it up and in. And the Falcons have now opened up a 10-point lead at 15-5. And they again get second chance points. Tigers now with ball possession. Porter at the point guard spot. Top of the key, goes right side. No one open. Gives the ball to Jackson. Jackson back out to Cole for a reset. He goes left side to Porter. Porter back out. Jackson three, a long three. Missed everything. Ball grabbed by the Falcons. Inside to Smith. He goes down low, gets the shot to fall, and this should be an and one opportunity. And it will be. Smith, a nifty move down low off the pass from Deloach. And all of a sudden, Casey Smith is finding success on the offensive end. Foul is on number 13, Thomas. So Thomas comes off for a few minutes. And Smith will go to the free throw line. Free throw is good. 3-point play for Casey Smith. And now Smith comes off for a breather. Austin Johnson comes on. So now both Johnsons for Columbus are on the court. Also on the court for South Panola for the first time is number 11, Ford. 18-5. Falcons in control in the first half. Three on its way. Missed too long from Thomas. Defensive rebound grabbed by Woodard. He leaves it for Deloach, who goes reverse layup and gets the shot to drop. 15-point lead now for Columbus. 20-5. 5 to go first half. And here comes the full court press. South Panola breaks the press. Cole has it on the wing. He now goes top of the key. He's backed out almost to midcourt. Leaves it for Ford. Ford is double teamed. He's trapped. Throws it across the court into the far side corner where he finds Porter. Porter goes cross court to Cathy. And Cathy back to Ford for a reset. Extended trapping zone defensively this trip for the Falcons. 4.5 to go. Ball stolen. Errant pass. The Falcons off the wall. Robert Woodard slams it in and draws the foul. Deloach lobbed it. Woodard slammed it. A 2-on-1 break and the foul. And the Falcons, Scott, have taken total control. And Robert Woodard, that was something.
That was something. Not really sure where to go with that.
The foul was called on Cole, and Cole simply was the poor man in the way.
He was.
That was a deer on the highway, and an oncoming semi. And Cole just simply could not get out of the way fast enough. Woodard's free throw, no good. So no 3-point play, but 22-5. Falcons on top. Another half-court trap. And this time, South Panola is forced to call timeout. Coach Howard calls his second timeout of this first half, and we will take it with him. We'll come back in 30 seconds. Columbus on top, 22-5 here on WMSV.
Are you ready to gain a global perspective in the agribusiness industry? The new online Master of Agribusiness Management at Mississippi State University, a university internationally recognized as a leader in agribusiness, can get you started. Their accredited online program provides high-quality instruction that grooms students for advanced careers in farm production, food manufacturing and distribution, product marketing, retail, forestry, and agricultural lending, all on a schedule that works for you. To learn more about this and all of their online programs, you can visit distance.msstate.edu. Hail State.
(22-5), Columbus on top as we go into the final 4 minutes of the first half. Panola has ball possession. Across half court goes forward. He's trapped. Gives the ball to Porter. He goes up. His shot is blocked from behind. Falcons grab the rebound. Columbus wants to run. Down low to Harris. He goes up. He's being fouled. No shot, but on the way up, Harris was fouled. And that will send Harris to the free throw line. And quick correction, that was not Porter, but Thomas, who had his shot blocked on the offensive end for South Panola. Foul is on, I believe, Jackson. Harris's free throw is up and good. It's actually a foul on number 21, Winfield, who has just entered the contest. Free throw from Harris, no good. So Harris makes 1 of 2. Falcons on top by 18, 23-5, under 4 to go first half. And again, full court pressure. Can the Tigers break it? No, they cannot. Errant pass in the backcourt as Thomas was trying to hit Cole, or Ford rather, and simply misfired. The pressure defense really bothering the Tigers. So Falcons have ball possession. They will inbound in the front court to Woodard. Woodard, double team, doesn't matter. He goes strong to the hoop and will lay it off the glass and in. 25-5. Falcons on top by 20. 3.5 to go first half. South Panola in desperate need of a bucket. Breaks the pressure. Into the corner to Winfield. Winfield's trapped. The bounce pass is to Cathy. Cathy drives the lane. His shot off the glass too hard. Offensive rebound, though, grabbed by Thomas. And he will leave it for Ford, who gets trapped, and he has to call a timeout. And we'll keep things right here, Scott, because I wanted to get your thoughts on the trapping defense of Columbus, which right now is just simply smothering South Panola.
Well, it's just the length. They have so many tall players.
Long-armed, tall players, yes.
Wingspans, what I'm looking for. That's the word I'm looking for. Last time I was here in football, I was looking for things like warmth, coffee.
Shelter,
any of that. I was looking for a wingspan there, but that's just... There are 4 very tall people.
Yes.
And then my friend Casey Smith out there as well.
Right. Who right now is playing as well as anybody on the court. That's when these two teams walked out of the locker room, you noticed immediately Columbus taller, bigger, and more athletic.
And the thing about it, when they were trapping like that, Denijah Harris was laughing. Aaron Johnson was laughing. I mean, they make defense fun, and that's not necessarily always the case. Anthony Carlisle is a hard-nosed defensive coach, and they play defense to a high level, but they enjoy it while they're doing it.
They enjoy making their opponent miserable.
Exactly.
McCrary on the court now for the first time tonight for Columbus. So McCrary will make his first appearance. He is guarding Ford right now. Ford has the ball, picks up his dribble, gives to Cole. Cole just inside the arc, picks up his dribble, hands it off to Ford. Ford between the circles, being guarded by McCray, hands it back off to Cole. He has a runner in the lane, no good, too hard. He will save it inbounds though, off of McCrary. And it will be South Panola basketball. So nice effort there by Ford to follow his own miss and save it inbounds. Panola has ball possession. Inbounding it is Thomas out deep to Cathy, who hands quickly to Ford, who gives the ball to Cole. Cole back to Ford. 2-3 zone defensively for Columbus. Into the right corner goes Thomas. Thomas passes it out. It's stolen by Woodard, and he goes coast to coast with a slam. Robert Woodard stole it. He was trying to find Cathy. Woodard jumped the route, stole it, and drove straight to the hoop. 27-5. Falcons on top. 3 on the other end. Baseline, left side, no good. Offensive putback from Winfield, also no good. Woodard grabs the rebound. Woodard picks up his dribble, goes left side to Aaron Johnson. Now back to Woodard. Woodard looks over the defense. Panola now extends the man defense. Under 2 to go first half. Smith leaves it for Harris. Harris drives inside, kicks back out to Smith. He drives inside, back to Harris. 3 on the way, no good. Rebound grab defensively by Thomas. Thomas across half court quickly. Under a minute and a half to go first half. Falcons on top by 22 points, 27-5. Baseline drive being blocked is Ford. and I believe Smith will be called for the foul. We have not had many fouls in this first half, which I approve of. Inbounds pass will go to Ford. Into the corner now. Long three on the way. Missing everything is Thomas. Air ball. And Columbus grabs the rebound. 1 minute to go. Woodard will actually run the point. He calls the set. Goes right side to Harris. Harris being guarded by Winfield. Picks up his dribble. Goes down low to Woodard. Woodard stops. Goes up strong. Will miss the shot but draws the foul. Nifty move. Got his defender up in the air. That was Cathy. Went up and under him. Missed the shot but draws the foul. 2 free throws coming up for the state's best player, Robert Woodard. A quiet first quarter for Robert, but he has come to play here in quarter number 2. The foul will actually be called on the help side defender, Thomas, not on the main defender, Cathy. 2 free throws for Woodard. First is up, and it is good. Rolls in and drops in. A couple of players come onto the court. Smith and Aaron Johnson for Columbus. Also onto the court is Carlton for South Panola. Woodard's free throw no good. Defensive rebound grabbed by Winfield for the Tigers. South Panola trying to get it across half court. Ball's almost stolen. Deflected into the backcourt. And now down low, Winfield gets the pass and he gets the bucket. First bucket in a long time for South Panola. Under 30 seconds left in the half. Panola down 28-7. The Columbus coaches wanted a backcourt violation call there, but the ruling was it had been deflected. Columbus will hold for the final shot. 10 seconds. Woodard, top of the key to Smith. Smith back to Woodard, who will take a three, a deep one off the right iron, no good. Rebound grabbed by Winfield, and that's the end of the first half. First half dominated by the Falcons, 28-7, and just almost perfect defensive effort and execution in that first half by Coach Carlisle's crew.
Yeah, I think everybody will be happy about how all that went. 5 points in the first quarter, 2 points in the second quarter, and the Falcons knew they were not doing what they needed to do on offense. So to kickstart their offense, they turned the pressure up defensively, got some steals, got some transition baskets, and that really got everything going.
Your halftime score, 28-7, as Columbus looks to continue their unbeaten district play here in 2018. Time for a halftime break. We'll come back in a couple of minutes. This is Columbus basketball on 91.1 WMSV.
The ITSP Drive service provides each MSU faculty member with 10 gigabytes of network-accessible disk space to facilitate classroom instruction. P-Drive may be used to store lecture and instructional materials for easy access. Since P-Drive is only temporary, network-accessible storage, this data is not backed up. Faculty should make backup copies of any files put on P-Drive. For more information or to request your P-Drive access, contact the ITS Help Desk.
School bus drivers, custodians, nurses, paraeducators, just a few of the education support professionals who help schools in Mississippi run smoothly every day. This is Joyce Helmick, President of the Mississippi Association of Educators. Our ESPs ensure that our students have a safe ride to school, healthy meals, and a clean environment to learn. So take a moment to say thank you to the ESPs in your school.
A message from the Mississippi Association of Educators.
Imagine a world where food is not a privilege, but a right. A world where there is room at the table for everyone. Where food technologies are developed, perfected, and shared to feed the world's growing population. Imagine a world without hunger. We are at Mississippi State University, where we ring true.
I'm Anthony Craven, your host for Music Makers Presents, a 30-minute show that airs every weekend right here on WMSV, featuring local artists and bands performing their own original music live. They also will sit down every episode with me for a conversation on music and life. It airs every weekend, 9 p.m. on Saturdays, 9:30 a.m. on Sundays here on WMSV.
Anthony's Good Food Market of West Point, Mississippi, proud supporter of the Juke on WMSV, features some of the South's finest Cajun and Delta-inspired cuisine like barbecue shrimp, hand-cut blackened ribeyes, and gumbo. Plus, for live music fans, every Wednesday night, it's the Midweek Mojo, featuring musical performances from 7 until 10. Anthony's, established in 1936, is a brown bag establishment, so feel free to bring your own bottle of wine or spirits to enjoy with your meal. Anthony's Good Food Market, located at 116 Main Street in West Point, Mississippi. Reservations are recommended on weekends, 494-0316. Anthony's, now on Facebook and online. Anthony'sGoodFoodMarket.com.
To buy your home, you became a house hunting ace, learned about loans, scoured neighborhoods, and asked the right questions. Now you're queen of your castle. If you manage that, you can get your retirement plan on track. Visiting aceyourretirement.org can help. With 401k tips and smart saving strategies, you'll feel empowered to own your retirement like you own your home. Go to aceyourretirement.org, because when it comes to clearing financial hurdles, you're an ace. Brought to you by AARP and the Ad Council.
Our score at halftime is Columbus 28 and South Panola 7. I'm Anthony Craven. Scott Walters also on the broadcast. Scott handled the play-by-play duties for the girls' game. Also a win for the Lady Falcons. Hopefully a win for the boys' team is going to happen after the next 2 quarters. Certainly appears as if Columbus has put themselves in a good position to pull off the doubleheader sweep here tonight on the road in Batesville. Scott will join me on the broadcast again momentarily. Right now, time for a recap of the first half, and here's all you need to know. Over a 10-minute stretch, beginning in the first quarter and lasting almost the entire second quarter, a 10-minute, 45-second stretch of basketball, Columbus outscored South Panola 24-0. That's right. A 24-0 run over almost an 11-minute span tonight to give Columbus a 28-7 advantage here at halftime. Robert Woodard was really good offensively and defensively in quarter number 2. Overall, first and second quarters defensively, Columbus outstanding. The Falcons only allow 5 first quarter points and then only 2 points the entire second quarter. Just smothering full court trapping defense from Anthony Carlisle's crew, and Columbus is on top 28-7 here at the break. We'll take a look at more first half stats after our second and final halftime break. That's right, one more halftime break. We'll come back here in a few minutes as our coverage continues of Columbus High School basketball on WMSV.
If you want to have a big impact in the world, you have to start small. At Mississippi State University, we're starting in the Gulf of Mexico, where a small but crucial barrier island is quickly fading from view. Each year, millions of state dollars are spent dredging sand to replace the vanishing shores of Deer Island. But we think we can do better. We're applying cutting-edge sediment tracers to map the flow of currents and predict the course of sand that's carried out to sea, a process that will help us better understand the drastic transformation taking place. While this is a more cost-effective way to prevent the loss of an island, it's about so much more than saving dollars. It's about taking the first step in a long process to preserve our environment and secure a better, brighter tomorrow. We might be starting small, but rest assured, at Mississippi State University, we're dreaming big.
The Greater Starkville Development Partnership is seeking volunteers for Project Class, a program tutoring local third grade students. Tutoring takes place 1 hour per week, and all schools throughout Oktibbeha County are involved. For more information or to register, you can contact Hunter Harrington at harrington@starkville.org or at 662-323-3322.
Put that phone down. Maybe you weren't using your phone. Sorry. Good for you. If you were, shame on you. Every morning, hundreds of thousands of drivers hit the roads in Mississippi, including more than 2,000 MDOT highway workers who keep us safe. Let's work together to make sure everyone gets home safely. Drive smart, Mississippi. Find out how to drive smart at gomdot.com/drivesmartms.
Hi, this is Helen Forster from E-Town. We have a very special show for you this week from Portland, Oregon. The band Fruition is with us, and all the way from Sweden, the three sisters who call their musical trio Baskery join us as well. Plus, we'll have a young woman who's deep in the rainforests of Brazil trying to save the forest there. This week in E-Town.
E-Town comes your way this Saturday at 8 p.m. on 91.1.
Introducing Walmart Neighborhood Market, an easy new way to shop that's close to home. Come inside for a full grocery selection with fresh local produce, choice USDA meats, all at Walmart's everyday low prices. And it's not just groceries. Get free shipping with in-store pickup on over 1 million eligible items from Walmart.com. Walmart Neighborhood Market. Same low prices, fast, fresh, and easy shopping.
Now open at northeast of MSU and Highway 12 in Starkville.
Whoa, long time no see. It's me, the Rock t-shirt in the back of your closet. Dude, remember? You crowd surfed in me, man. But you haven't worn me in like forever. I get it, you're retired, but I still got some rock left in me. So take me to Goodwill, where I can really make a difference.
Your donations to Goodwill create jobs, training programs, and education assistance for people in your community. To find your nearest donation center, go to goodwill.org. Donate stuff. Create jobs. A message from Goodwill and the Ad Council.
And we're back live courtside here in Batesville, Mississippi, on the campus of South Panola High School. After the first two quarters, it's all Falcons. Columbus on top of South Panola, 28-7. The Falcon defense absolutely smothering the Tigers in the first two quarters, on their way to a convincing 21-point halftime advantage. Both teams now back out of the court. I'm Anthony Craven. Scott Walters also on the broadcast tonight. Scott talking during halftime with the Lady Falcons head coach Yvonne Hairston as he writes his game story for the Dispatch. Scott, by the way, the 2018, or I guess the 2017 Mississippi AP Sports Writer of the Year. Congrats to Scott for that. Opening possession, the Tigers almost throw the ball away as Robert Woodard, off the errant pass, almost stole it, but then lost it out of bounds. So the ball will be played in by the Tigers. It'll be Thomas who will inbound it right near half court. Getting it and keeping it in the front court to save it possession is Cole. Cole gives the ball to Carlton. Carlton is being trapped and the ball is stolen. Carlton tried to throw it off of Woodard. Woodard, though, simply stole the basketball, kept it inbounds, then drives to our left into the paint and gets fouled. He was being held from behind. A foul on Robert Woodard. So the third quarter begins much in the same way the first half ended, with a turnover forced by Columbus and the Tigers forced to commit a foul. And it will be an actual technical foul or an intentional foul called on Carlton, who grabbed Woodard by the jersey from behind as Woodard drove baseline. Woodard's first free throw is good. The second also is good. So Woodard, a couple of free throws, gives the Falcons now a 30-7 lead, and now ball possession. So the Falcons, Scott, pick up right where they left off in the first half.
Indeed, and we're getting the rundown on the region tournament from Coach Harrison. We'll go over that here in a minute.
Oh, good.
The Columbus girls, of course, did clinch the top seed tonight. They're going to play a week from Tuesday. They're going to play 4 games in one day here a week from Tuesday.
That'll be February the 13th. Johnson down low, leaves it for Harris. He is being fouled.
So the Columbus girls would play Oxford in what would be the first game of the day on that Tuesday. And then South Panola and Tupelo play each other in girls Monday night in Tupelo, and that will decide 2 and 3. But they'll turn around and play each other again in the tournament, but they will also be playing for that 2-3 seed line Monday night at Tupelo.
So we'll have 4 games, 2 girls and 2 boys games on that first day of the district tournament on the 13th. Woodard has it. He'll drive inside the arc, puts up a jumper, and it's good. Just outside the free throw line. Nice mid-range J by Woodard, and the Falcons are on top 32-7. And how's the rest of the week play out?
Yeah, 4 games on Friday as well.
Okay.
So all the third place and championship games will be Friday.
So 4 games Tuesday, 4 games Friday. All the games involving Columbus heard live here on 91.1. Carlton will split a double team, go to the rim, and then miss the shot. He goes too hard off the glass. Ball out of bounds into the Tigers bench. Last touch by the Tigers. It'll be Falcon basketball. And they will inbound it right in front of the Tigers bench. Smith will walk it up the court. 25-point lead for the Falcons. 2 minutes into the third quarter. Harris now has it. He'll hand it off to Johnson. Johnson to Smith. He drives into the lane. Shot no good, but Smith fouled hard in the process. Nice motion offense. And it leads to an open lane drive for Smith, who is fouled, and we'll see who the foul is on. It'll be on number 22, Jackson. 2 free throws coming up now for Casey Smith. First one is up. He rolls around and drops in. It's good. 33-7. Falcons on top. Do we know yet when, for example, the 1 versus 4 game?
It'll be up to South Panola for when they play.
Free throws up. It is good. Smith is 2 for 2 on that trip, and the Falcons now on top 34-7.
Columbus boys will play Panola again. I'm afraid that will be the late game on Tuesday, but they may elect to play early so that the 2 Columbus squads, since they have the furthest distance to travel, the 2 Columbus squads would come in and play early and leave.
Maybe they'll be nice to us and do that. South Panola looking for their first points of the third quarter.
I'm going to bring a chainsaw for the football press box if they don't. So,
ball knocked away, stolen by Columbus. In transition, jumper baseline missed by Smith. Woodard grabs the rebound, loses it. Columbus, though, still grabs the basketball. Harris goes up. He gets the shot to fall and draws the foul in the process. Okay, no. Now they're going to say no basket. Okay. No continuation on that one.
That's no fun.
And it will be a foul on the floor.
He looked like one of those persons trying to turn around on the median on Highway 12.
Inbounds to Harris. Down low to Woodard. Double teamed. He goes right side to Smith. Back to Woodard. Jumper on the way. Too short. Johnson grabs the rebound, but I believe went over the back. Yes, he did. And he'll be whistled for an over-the-back foul. So a foul on Aaron Johnson. You just won't let the whole median thing go, will you?
No.
I will give MDOT some credit. The road is much smoother.
It is. It is.
Much smoother. Turning left, a bit problematic, but smooth road. Off the steal, Columbus, the outlet to Deloach. Layup is good. Turnover leads to transition points. Falcons on top 36-7. Cole across the timeline, gives the ball to Carlton. Carlton has his pocket picked. Columbus almost loses the basketball, regains possession. Smith across half court, gives to Woodard. Woodard back to Smith. Baseline jumper, right side, too short. Long rebound, grab defensively by Panola. Strong to the rim goes Carlton. He gets the shot to fall and draws the foul. And I actually think Aaron Johnson blocked the shot, and it still somehow spun in, and he fouled Carlton in the process. Bit of a hard luck foul there for Aaron Johnson. Carlton, a chance now at a three-point play for the Tigers. Free throw is up, and it's good. So 3 points, and the Tigers now have 10 points for the game. 4 minutes to go, third quarter. Falcons on top, 36-10. Falcons now on offense, drive baseline. Smith out to Johnson. Johnson from the elbow, mid-range jumper, no good. Defensive rebound grabbed by Porter. Porter drives deep, has the ball almost stolen, gets it now out to Cathy, or Jackson rather, and Jackson knocks down a mid-range jumper from the wing. 5 straight points now scored by South Panola. They trail by 24. Harris to Smith. Smith, baseline drive, layup is good. Nicely done. Harris to Smith. Falcons on top, 38-12. And now here comes the full court trap. South Panola breaks the press into the front court. Carlton from the right side picks up his dribble. He's double teamed. Tries to throw it off of Deloach. Instead, Deloach steals it. Out to Woodard. Down low to Harris. Harris back out to Woodard. Woodard now will calm things down. Goes cross court to Johnson. 3 on the way. Too long. Defensive rebound grabbed by the Tigers. The outlet pass is stolen. Deflected and stolen. Here come the Falcons the other way. Down low. Deloach to Woodard. Jumper on the way. Good. 10-foot jumper from the wing. Good by Woodard. 40-12. Quickly in transition, the Tigers try to force the issue. They miss a layup. Woodard grabs the rebound to Deloach. His layup is no good. Put back, though, is good from Woodard. And the Falcons are on top by 30. Right now, Columbus trying to run the Tigers out of their own gym. 42-12. 2.5 to go, third quarter. In transition, jumper. Floater in the lane, too hard. Missed by Porter. Defensive rebound grabbed by Woodard. Woodard will give the ball to Smith, and Columbus might try to calm things down here on this possession. Smith drives, kicks out to Harris. Harris hands off to Johnson. Johnson hands back off to Smith. He will split a double team and go straight to the rim and lays it off the glass and in. Beautiful move by Casey Smith. And the Falcons have their biggest lead, 44-12 on the other end. Missed layup by Carlton. He'll grab his own rebound, go back up, miss it again. Ball out of bounds, last touched by Columbus, and the Tigers maintain ball possession. 44-12, a minute 42 to go, third quarter. Falcons in control. Woodard and Aaron Johnson will take a breather. So will Denijay Harris. King comes off the bench. So does McCrary, rather. Inbounds pass, long out to King, who grabs it and lays it off the glass and in. South Panola tried their own full court press, and the long inbounds pass breaks it easily. And King lays it off the glass and in. 46-12 is your score. Falcons on top. Carlton drives in on King, has the ball knocked away, stolen by Columbus, and then Carlton steals the ball right back. He goes down low, leaves it for Winfield, who lays it up and in. Nice move. Carlton to Winfield, 2 points for the Tigers. The lead, though, is still a 32-point cushion for Columbus. On the other end, mid-range jumper from Smith, just inside the arc, no good. Defensive rebound grabbed by Carlton. Here come the Tigers, trailing big. Carlton goes inside, gets the layup to fall, goes up and under, and will get the shot to fall and draws the foul. Nifty move by Carlton. A chance at a three-point play. 46-18, foul whistled on R.J. Deloach. Carlton's and one free throw is no good. Offensive rebound, grabbed by Cathy. He goes up, he's being fouled. I believe McCrary, number 3, is the guilty party. So give the Tigers credit. They have fought back here the last couple of minutes of the third quarter. A couple of foul shots here for Cathy. First one up and good. Second free throw coming up. Score is 46-17. Free throws up. Too hard, no good. Rebound grabbed by Columbus. Deloach will give it to Smith. And Smith will walk it up the timeline. No full court pressure, but extended man defense this trip defensively for the Tigers. Deloach to Smith. Hands off to King. Back to Deloach, who almost fell down. Will leave the ball for Smith. Floater in the lane, no good. A rebound grab by Winfield. And the Tigers have the ball. 10 seconds left, third quarter. Falcons on top by 29. Ball out of bounds, last touch by Columbus. Cathy had the ball deflected off of Smith's hands. So South Panola has it, 5.2 seconds in the quarter. Deep three from Carlton. No good, air ball. And that's how the third quarter comes to a close. So South Panola more than doubles their first half scoring output by scoring 10 in that third quarter, but still, Scott, a commanding 29-point lead here at the end of the three for Columbus.
Yes. 5 points first quarter, 2 points second quarter, 10 points third quarter, but I don't think there's any reason to bench people or be alarmed.
No, not yet.
The Falcons again, this will be 7 in a row, and they have played really well the last 3 or 4 weeks. It was a team we knew coming in. Casey Smith transferred from West Lowndes. R.J. Deloach transferred from Columbus Christian. Eric Johnson has come over from Tyler, Texas. And then, of course, Coach Carlisle is new as well. So we knew in October and November and December they weren't going to be what we were going to see in January and February. Coach Carlisle from the very first practice said we want to be a great team in January, February when it matters. We're going to work toward that point. And certainly in the last month and a half, they've played really well.
You add those new players to a strong nucleus of Woodard and Harris, and you get right now a team that most folks have ranked somewhere in the top 5 in the state rankings heading into the final week of the regular season. Falcons have ball possession. Deloach goes inside. Free throw line jumper, no good. Offensive rebound, though, grabbed by Columbus. Nice defensive rebound by Tyron Johnson. The ball is back to Deloach. He'll leave it for McCrary, who buries a 3. First points tonight for McCrary, the reserve guard. And the Falcons are on top 49-17. The Falcons have not tried many threes tonight, but a pretty efficient night from beyond the arc. No trapping defense now, just simply a 2-3 zone being shown by the Falcons. Carlton, top of the key for South Panola, receives instructions from Coach Howard, the veteran head coach of the Tigers. Been a rough rebuilding year this year for Coach Howard here at South Panola. Under 7 to go in the ball game. 6:45 to be exact here in the fourth quarter. Top of the key now is Cole. Cole gives the ball to Thomas. Back to Cole. Left side he goes to Winfield, who has the ball kicked away from him. Out of bounds. Kick ball off the foot, I believe, of Columbus's Greg King. So quickly the Tigers maintain possession and inbound the basketball right in front of their own bench. They get it in to Cole. Cole to Winfield. Left side he goes to Thomas. Thomas, right side, back to Carlton. Nothing open down low. Now a 3 on the way, missing badly. A 3, a deep one from Thomas. That leads to a run out. The Falcons, though, lose the ball. They had a run out. The outlet was thrown nicely down low to Tyron Johnson, who simply could not handle the pass. So out of bounds it goes, and a turnover. It goes back over to the Tigers. We have just over 6 minutes remaining. South Panola with ball possession, trailing 49-17. A 32-point cushion for the Falcons, who are looking to go 5-0 in district play. The zone defense has been just beautifully executed tonight by Columbus. There's nothing open down low. Driving inside and drawing a double team, and now traveling is Carlton. He disagrees, but took a few too many steps there. Falcons inbound the basketball. They give to McCrary. McCrary to King. He'll hand it off to Deloach, who drives strong to the rim and goes up and under and drops it in through the net. 51-17 our score. Now the Tigers on offense. Thomas will pick up his dribble. Hands it off to Winfield. Winfield goes back out to Kathy. And then Kathy hands it to Carlton for a reset. 51-17 is our score. Falcons on top. 5 minutes left to play in the ball game. 3 on the way. Air ball from Winfield. His first 3 attempt tonight. On the other side, transition 3 for Columbus, and it's missed by Sparks. And the Tigers grab the rebound. Carlton just inside the arc will put up a jumper, no good, too hard. Offensive rebound though, grabbed by Winfield. Tigers will reset and then throw it away. Got the ball back for the offensive reset, then threw it away on an errant pass in the corner near the baseline, left side. Falcons will have it, leading 51-17, 4.5 to go. And no points yet this quarter for South Panola. McCrary will hand it off to King. King drives inside, stops, kicks out, 3 on the way, in and out, no good from Sparks. Loose ball, out of bounds it goes, last touched by Columbus, and it will be Tiger basketball. A nice drive by King and a nice look at a 3 from Sparks, but Sparks is now 0 for 2 from deep range. South Panola has it. Winfield goes right side to Carlton. Carlton cannot handle the pass. Another Tiger turnover. And the Falcons will have ball possession, leading 51-17. 4 minutes left in this ball game. Don't forget, we'll have Columbus at Oxford for you on Monday night. A rare Monday night broadcast. Girls game at 6, boys game immediately afterwards. King a 3, no good, too short. Off the iron, defensive rebound grab by Cole. The Tigers will get it into the front court. The Falcons right now forcing time off the clock, and now an errant pass. Stolen by Deloach. Deloach to Sparks. Sparks bluffed from the baseline, and now back it out for a reset. He drives to his right, hands off to Deloach. Deloach inside, kicks out. Sparks a 3, third time's a charm. And Fred Sparks, on his third 3 attempt of the fourth quarter, gets one to drop. And it is a 54-17 lead now for Columbus. 3 minutes left. Carlton will try a 3. Tries to answer, too short. Rebound grab defensively by Deloach. The outlet to King. He loses the basketball. Stolen by the Tigers. Coming out of there with it is Cole. Cole will cross midcourt and give to Carlton to get the offense set. Carlton cross court to Ford. To Winfield. 3 on the way, no good. Offensive putback also no good. Off the glass, it was too hard. Columbus grabs the rebound. King goes inside and travels with the basketball. Took a big bunny hop off the dribble and gets called for the travel. And now we'll see wholesale changes as both teams put a lot of subs in the ball game with 2:23 to go, and this one has been over now for a long time.
So if a bunny did that, on a basketball court, would he still be charged with the bunny hop too?
If a bunny,
or is that something he can get away with?
If a bunny got onto the basketball court, we got a whole other set of issues, Scott.
Did not know if that was something he could get away with.
Bunnies, yes. Humans, no. Good question.
I bet the bunny would be good from 2 feet out. He'd be good at the bunnies too.
He'd be money. Be a money bunny. Carlton goes to the hoop, will miss the layup, but a whistle and a foul called against Columbus. The Falcons have some young men on the court right now who I'm not even sure if I know who they are. Blake Burnett, freshman. Carlton, a couple of free throws. First one is good. We also have coming onto the court now for Columbus, Jamarcus Moore, a junior. We also have Devontae Martin, a sophomore. Free throw up, and it's good. So Carlton goes 2 for 2. The Falcons' lead is cut to 54-19 with 2 minutes remaining. Columbus trying to give some youngsters some extra playing time. Also trying to run some clock here on this possession. McCrary, nice jumper. Took the handoff from Martin. Took one step inside the three-point line and sunk the jumper. 56-19 our score. Inside, Strong to the hoop, missing the layup, but again, Carlton draws the foul. Carlton has taken it upon himself to get some offense going here for the Tigers in this fourth quarter. 2 free throws coming up. First one up and is good. The foul, by the way, was called on number 34, Jamarcus Moore, on Columbus. And now
Anthony Carlisle has requested and received and been given timeout.
What's your message in this timeout?
We want to make sure they've got the menu for what's on the bus.
What's our menu?
I don't know. That's a good question. We're in a good city for this.
We are. So
we could get back in time for Afro Man's final number.
We could. How much you want to bet Afro Man does not even take the stage till 11?
That would be a safe bet.
I mean, he was going to go on at 10:30, but then you know what happened. A minute 38 is all we have left in this one. Free throw coming up for Carlton, up and good. So a nice night offensively overall for Carlton. One of the few shining spots on the game film for the Tigers. 90 seconds remaining. Columbus runs their motion weave on offense. Some new faces in there. McCrary will try a 3. No good. And Winfield grabs the long rebound for South Panola. Up the court he goes to Ford. Ford to Carlton. Carlton will call the offensive set. Winfield from the corner, near side. Back out to Carlton, top of the key. He hands it to Porter. Porter right back to Carlton. He goes inside, misses the layup. Loose ball grabbed by Columbus. And here comes Greg. Check that. Here comes Fred Sparks. Sparks grabbed the rebound. 39 seconds. Clock is running. Here comes a 3 from Sparks. No good. Long rebound grabbed by Porter. He wants to run. He gives the ball to Carlton. Carlton drives inside, stops, pops, and hits it. So Carlton, nice fourth quarter. He puts 2 more points on the board for the Tigers. 56-23. It's all academic, though, at this point, and has been now for some time. And now Columbus will simply run out the clock. Well, a nice visit to Batesville tonight for the Falcons and Lady Falcons.
It was a very dominating performance on both sides of the ledger, and teams just getting ready for meaningful basketball here in the next couple of weeks.
The buzzer sounds. Your final score, Columbus 56, South Panola 23. A doubleheader sweep for the Falcons and Lady Falcons, and both teams, Scott, improve pretty dramatically on their margin of victory